Anybody in here before I went live? Nobody in here before I went live today? I'm live. Oh, sorry, I'm adjusting my light. I went to go live yesterday, y'all. Really? I meant to go live yesterday and I totally fell asleep. And I slept all day long. And I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I posted the Black owned gift guide. Well, actually, I posted the Black owned gift guide at like 3 a.m. or something like that. So, hi. Friday live stream instead of Thursday this week, but that's okay. I could have gone live at 1 a.m. I mean, I could have, I guess. I haven't done like a late night live from my bed in a long time, but it's been like a while actually. But I just was like, well, I'll just go live tomorrow instead. So, hello. Our 6th annual Black owned gift guide is up. I can't believe it's been 6 years. I can't believe this is the 6th one. I just can't believe it. So after this live is done, I'll probably just post a link in the description box and I'll pin it so you guys can check it out. I did add 3 new categories this year. 6 years already! I did add 3 new categories this year. Would love for you guys to check those out. I think this might be one of my favorite ones that I've done. I'm really happy with this one. I've been working on it for a while, so I'm happy. But hi, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's week going? It's Friday. What's up? Hi, the boy in blue. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Jules. Happy holidays. Hi, Established. I mean, you could have gone live, but I would have had to watch it later. I saw when you posted it, I was up. Hi, Marcus. I would have been at the late night live. Hi, Queen. Thank you. Hi, Real Trini. Can't stay for long. Just wanted to say, oh, the Christmas Bees Bake list is ready. So this Sunday is the last Sunday in November, which means this Sunday is a booze bake if you guys want to drink. And I don't think we have anything decided for this Sunday either, if you guys want to think about it. 6 years. Yep. Sace. You'll post it in Discord tonight or sometime tomorrow. Cool. Hi, Vanity. And I know this is like a totally random time, but you know. And of course, my mom just texted me. I'll text you back, Mom. Hi, Davy. Doing Christmas shopping today, so I'm definitely going to refer to it. 6 years. Yay, finally have some booze. I want to watch, yeah, I definitely want to watch Jingle Jangle. And there's like another one that I want to watch too that now I can't think of the name of. But Jingle Jangle, I definitely want to watch. Hi, Kai. What's up? We'll have a list. Hi, Davy. Got to get my eggnog ready. I know this is like a totally random time and place for me to be going live. But I'm actually kind of glad that I ended up going live today and not yesterday because I felt like, well, I was so tired. Like, I just wanted to sleep. And also, I know a lot of people kind of wanted to talk about like this dramatic situation with like Meg Thee Stallion and her friend. I wasn't really feeling like talking about that yesterday because I'm over that whole situation. I just wanted to be over. So I was just like, I'm gonna take a nap. Right, like I'm sleepy, like I'm gonna take a nap. And I thought I was only gonna take a nap for like a couple of hours. No, that didn't happen. I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a quick nap and then when I wake up, I'm gonna go live. This was at like 4:30, 5:30 or something. I was like, I'm gonna take a quick nap and then when I wake up, I'm gonna go live. And I just didn't wake up. I didn't wake up. It was nighttime when I woke up. So then I woke up, I had some late night sushi and I stayed up till 5 in the morning watching TV. And then I got up today at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and now I'm live. But I feel good. Yeah, I'm glad I slept. I'm glad I got some rest. Hi, Daya. No, I don't think we've watched Table for One. Exactly, Jules. Yeah, the Kelsey thing. I'm just like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of this. I feel like reading about it is what made me sleepy. I feel like it just made me feel emotionally drained. So then I was just like, nap. Hi, Bailey. How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Oh gosh. I literally know nothing about that sitch. Hi, AJ. I don't really care, to be honest. Hi, Sim. Hi, Michelle's daughter. It's very much draining. I just feel like this is stupid now. It does make sense. Like, what is this back and forth for? What's the purpose of it? It just seems like I don't know, motherfuckers is bored. I need COVID. Let me not say just quarantine. I need COVID to be over so that people could like have something to do, because it just seems like being inside and being on the internet and being on social media is just like, I don't know. I definitely feel like the social media antics have like really been dialed way up over the last year of just like social media antics. And not just with celebrities, I mean with celebrities too, but like with regular people, like people need something to do. I don't know if it's just that they're bored, like the trolling and the obsession with people's lives and drama. Yes, going on almost a whole year of subliminals is too much. You're decorating? I need to decorate. I need to go to the store. I have my holiday decorations and stuff are in storage. I have like a fake tree that I put up every year, and I have to get it out of the storage, and I have to put the Halloween stuff in storage because I have all my Halloween stuff just like sitting in a box in a closet. I actually don't have very many like home decorations for the holidays, so I want to like get some stuff just like how I did for Halloween too. I'm sleepy now. I don't really care. The drama, internet shenanigans are draining at this point. Right, exactly, Jules. I spent the whole day with my family and I log on and see that diss tracks are being dropped. Right, can't y'all, shouldn't y'all be like FaceTiming and Zooming with friends and family or something? Like, why do we have all this time and energy for diss drops and shenanigans? Like, my family just sent out an email this morning saying that we're going to have a big, I told you guys they've been doing like a Zoom thing every single Friday. And my aunt sent out a mass email this morning saying that they're going to try to get the whole family on like a Zoom because like we did not get together. So it's just like, who has the time? Like, who has the time and the energy and the effort? Like, I don't care. I just don't care. But it's like I really feel like it's the boredom. Like, it's the boredom. What else should be said about this situation? Hi, don't worry about all that. Hi, Natalia. And there's Bailey. I've been off work the last 8 days. I've slept most of the time. I just feel like we talked about this like a little teeny tiny bit in Discord, and I just feel like what's the point of like subliminals and like diss tracks and like back and forth. Like, I really wish it would just be dropped and moved on. I don't think there was no need for Kelsey to drop anything. If you feel so strongly about it and that you're being bullied and harassed, you should sue. And like, you should pull a Sierra and Russell Wilson when they sued Future and said like, we're not going to continue talking about this. You're not going to keep talking about this. Every single interview you go on is not going to be about me and my family. Like, let's just all sue each other so we can get a nice little restraining order, nice little non-disclosure. I'm not going to talk about you. You're not going to talk about me. You're going to pay me a little bit of money. We're just never going to talk again. Everybody should all sue each other, and then everybody should just all get restraining orders against each other and never talk about each other again and never see each other again. And then let's just like all move on. But the way that this is like playing out in social media is lame. It's very corny. All parties involved. It's whack. Like, I don't like it at all. Right, like, let's sue and shake hands. Like, and that's it. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of people dropping albums about it, people dropping records about it, people trying to, like, get clout and attention and sales off of it. I'm tired of anybody. Like, I'm just tired. That's what I'm talking about right now. I keep making how tired of it I am. I'm tired. I don't really think that there was a reason for, like, diss tracks and subliminal. Yeah, like, beating a dead horse. No one is interested. Exactly. The Boy in Blue. No one is interested. What did we eat? I had sushi because, you know, I don't celebrate Fakesgiving. I don't celebrate that. Sleep is like one of my favorite things to do. Everything going on is draining. I don't do faux giving, so I made spaghetti. Yes, I'm drained with that whole Meg situation. Yay, that's good, Davey. Fingers crossed. Job prospects. Meg needs to be on an island with a therapist for a year and then come back. Yes. I just want to hang with my friends again. Nicole's decorating the tree. Hi, J. Trudy. It's going on almost a whole year of subliminals. I've been taking it easy, resting whenever I want, and it's helping my mood. That's good, Davey. People aren't used to sitting with themselves. It's a mess. Exactly. Don't worry about all that. It's a mess. Hi, Sincere. Faux trees are the best. I'm slowly coming into the idea of calling it Family Day instead. Family Day instead of Fakesgiving. I need some eggnog and brandy. Hi, Chariot Man Gaming. My thing is, why does she diss Kelsey? She wasn't firing shots. Yeah, I don't like that Kelsey was dissed. I don't really... I definitely feel like there is some hypocritical things that are occurring with people saying protect Black women and then turning around and saying the most horrible things about Kelsey. I do think that's hypocritical. I think if people are going to say protect Black women, it needs to be protect all Black women and not just y'all faves. Which means that also includes Nicki Minaj. Like, people run around screaming protect Black women, but then they hate the Black women that are not their faves. And they say horrible things about the Black women that are not their faves. Like, and they sit, you know, around shitting on the Black women that are not their faves. And I don't like that. And if what Kelsey said is true about, you know, people threatening to leak revenge porn on her, that's horrible. Right. Sincere, protect Black women unless it's Nicki Minaj and Azalea Banks. Right. So, like, there's a lot of hypocritical things going around that it's just very draining situation. Like I said, everybody just needs to sue each other and then stop talking about it. Just be like, well, bitch, I'll see you in court. Like, that should be the only response that I hear from anyone, literally any party involved. The only thing I need to hear on social media or coming out of a motherfucker's mouth is, I'll see you in court. Like, if you feel that strongly about it, I'll see you in court. That's it. And I feel like I've been saying this. Like, I'm tired of talking about people that should be just talking about their shit in court, not in the public eye. Celebs are doing too much. They're creating OnlyFans and beefing with each other. Why does she diss Kelsey? Kelsey wasn't firing shots. I thought at the top of the year we were getting rid of celebrity culture, but I think people enjoy the distractions. I think so too, Bailey. I feel like people are bored and they just feel like they need something to do right now. People in general have way too much time on their hands, especially these damn celebs. They're working my last nerve. Hi, Cora G. Somebody sue somebody and be done with it. That was the beginning of this year, Misfortunate. Tori dropped a diss tape. Meg dropped a diss track. Now Kelsey, too much. Yes, they all just need to sue each other. Like, Only thing anybody needs to be saying is, I'll see you in court. That's it. I just want my industry to restabilize so I can go back to work. This is the first time in my life I can draw a direct through line from a president's bad decisions to my life getting screwed. They need a pre-action protocol letter. See you and shake hands. Hi, keep making. It's all right. It's very childish, Queen. It's all quite childish. It's quite childish. Not a good look. Beating a dead horse. No one is interested. They must low-key like the mess. They do. They're bored. Especially when no one will actually talk about the whole thing. That's what makes it even more annoying. Right. No one, right. That's it. No one says a thing when they do talk. Right. Nobody has anything to say. I had my uncle's air fried turkey, broccoli, rice, and made some pound cake. How was the air fried turkey? Your uncle must have a huge air fryer. He put a whole turkey in the air fryer? I don't either. I just had rice and gravy and baked leg quarters with peas. Yeah, I had sushi, which I haven't had in a while. So that was like my treat to myself. 2020 has been dreadful. One more month of this nightmare. I ate soup and then chili. Hi, Leo, myself. Thank you. Did you guys have a big family gathering or a small one, Zoom? My family didn't get together at all. They're going to have a Zoom thing today. If I don't make the eggnog tonight, for tomorrow, I'll definitely have it for the next booze bake. Hi, the best account ever. Hi, Savannah. This is exactly what folks are saying. She's talking at the side of her neck now. Oh, you had a job interview last week, Ori. Fingers crossed for you too. Congratulations. Might get some Baileys. Right, or sex workers. Like, there's a lot of people that are not included, but motherfuckers are running around screaming, protect black women. Like, they really mean protect their faves. That's what they really mean. Because that was really something that I just, like, felt like I just, like, sat back and, like, watched with the binoculars. You know the bird with the binoculars eating the popcorn? I felt like that's how I feel watching people, like, tear apart Kelsey. Like, is Kelsey not black? Like, is Kelsey not a black girl? Why is Kelsey not worthy of being protected? Like, people really don't believe the things that they say. They just don't. So, why should I believe the things you say? Why should I take that seriously? I did as like a small 5-person meal, but everyone was tested. Social media has made people too immature. It's like a car crash in slow-mo. That just keeps going and going and going. The fact that Meg said she was going to protect her energy and then showed up in the club days later blew me. Get your money and just did that shit like a boss. Meg was in the club every day with no mask. Hi, Naomi. Hi, Toothy. Folks are bored. And next case, these celebs are, you know, I agree with that, Davey. Davey said it's borderline reality television. I definitely agree with that. People are like making up whole storylines, which is weird. People are making up whole storylines and like getting invested in people's, it's very strange. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. Like, this was how I felt about Wiz Khalifa, this like Wiz Khalifa situation that just happened. Like, somebody said that like Nicki Minaj doesn't have a Grammy. I was talking about how Nicki Minaj doesn't have a Grammy. And Wiz Khalifa said that a lot of self-made artists have this problem of not being recognized by the mainstream industry. And y'all know how I feel about a Grammy. Fuck a Grammy. Fuck all award shows. And people said that Wiz Khalifa, let me not say people, Cardigan Backyardigan said Wiz Khalifa was like attacking her and like putting women against each other. And I was like, this is like a totally made up narrative. Like, I was like, this is like a totally made up narrative. Like a reality TV show, like a made up storyline. Cause like, that's not what he said. Like, what he said was that it's hard for self-made artists to get, you know, recognized by the mainstream, because like he himself is a self-made artist. Like he's a mixtape rapper that like came up, and he still has not been recognized for a lot of his work. He's only been recognized for like the pop stuff, like the Fast and the Furious and the Black and Yellow. It was like, no, and then people just like ran with that. Like people really made it like a whole reality TV, like a storyline. Like people ran with that. Like, oh, Wiz Khalifa is like coming at Cardi, trying to shade her and insult her and trying to put women against each other and da 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 da. And it's like, but that's not what he said. That's not what happened. Like that's not what he implied. Like this is not a reality TV show storyline. Like he's a real person that made his opinion known. It's very weird. It's like people really feel like this shit is reality TV, and like there's a storyline, and like there's a narrative going, and it doesn't even matter what somebody actually says. They take the words and they fit the words into the narrative. They like take the words and they fit the words into the storyline. It's very weird for storylines when there are real storylines to deal with in real life. Hi, Owen. Let me scroll back up because I'm behind. It's borderline reality television. I miss the idea of Meg in my head when I first heard and saw her at that Tiny Desk episode and rewatched it a billion times. The mess makes these celebrities stay relevant in a pandemic. People are watching them for the shit show. Hi, Marcy. You're welcome. Meg was really not supposed to be this type of artist. She embodied everything she was against in the beginning. You had a small family get together? Hey. Hi, Chris. Oh, Queen put the Cash App. Capital SREN, capital SENSEI. I always feel like one day I'm going to misspell that, which is hilarious to think about. Hi, Teddy. Shut up and take my money. Kai. I noticed since Meg became friends with a certain someone, she started acting like them. I saw that. Oh, the boy in blue. Yeah, I saw that. I made a vegetable pot pie for everyone and it came out amazing. I noticed everyone is eating more healthy this Thanksgiving. Love to see it. Health equals wealth. The turkey was really good. Glad I went over and got some. We drove to his place and he brought it outside in a container and we all had masks on. Nicole. It's the selective protection for me. Even black people can use black people's pain and suffering to exploit them for gain. Well, I hope your mom will bring the kids to the house and you'll get to see them at some point. The boy in blue. Hi, fam, Samity Sam. Reality TV is a great descriptor for this. That's exactly what it feels like. Right, yes, exactly, Sincere. Y'all giving me some great ideas for drinking tonight. I think I'll make mudslides. What's in a mudslide? Wiz was absolutely right. Him saying self-made triggered Cardi. The Grammy announcements were the messiest day on the internet we've had in a minute. And y'all know I hate the Grammys. I feel like literally every year for at least the last 5 or 6 years, we've had the same exact conversation about the Grammys. Every single year, motherfuckers say that the Grammys suck, the Grammys are racist, which is what I myself have said. But then I stop. I'm not going to say the same thing every year and then still watch and then still be invested and then still feel like, you know, feel like that's still putting validation and merit into the awards. Like, people have to, like, disengage. I just don't understand it, feeling the same type of way every single year and then, like, still engaging with this, like, these awards and shit every year. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. People getting Grammy tattoos. Man, that white validation is a hell of a motherfucking drug. I wish I fucking would. Like, I wish I would give a fuck. Cardigan, backyardigan, that shit will never get old. Wiz wasn't even coming at her. He's been grinding for years. For storylines when there are real storylines to deal with in real life. There's Owen. Wiz is definitely better than a lot of folks' faves today, and he is absolutely self-made. I've been listening to Wiz since 2012. I've been listening to Wiz Khalifa since like 2008 or something. Like, I am Taylor Gang. Like, I'm a day one Taylor Gang. Like, Wiz grinded really hard. Like, that's the captain. I had a lot of issues with what this woman said to Wiz Khalifa. Like, not only did I not like the false narrative, like the false storyline of saying he was coming at her and attacking her and putting women against each other when that's absolutely not what he said or did. I didn't like the fact that she called him a nigga. Don't you be calling black Americans no nigga. Don't call him no fucking nigga. You don't even have no black parents. Like, I did not like that. Like, Wiz Khalifa is your OG and you will respect him as such. Like, you need to have some respect. People really prop this girl up. She has one album out in 3 years in the game. And she really, since people hate Nicki Minaj, they really prop this woman up like as if she's the queen of rap. Like, as if she has so much albums and all this influence, you know, like as if she's been grinding, like as if she's been here 10 years. Like as if she can come at Wiz Khalifa any old kind of way and call him a nigga? Girl. I did not like that. I did not like that. And a few years ago, when some of us tried to say, like, y'all are really propping this girl up, she has not done enough to deserve all this that you're giving her. People try to say, oh, we just hating on her and this and that. And now, like, look, no. Absolutely not. And she needs not be calling no black Americans nigga either. Seriously. You can definitely find pictures of her parents. If you Google her parents, they will pop up. It's a million pictures of her parents out there. You have to Google it. I could Google, if I had my iPad in here, I'd Google it right now and show them. I've seen her parents. She's posted them. They're not black. They're not black. Her mother is like a non-black, or maybe it's not her mother. I know one of them is like a non-black Dominican. And one of them is an Indo-Trinidadian. Neither one of them are black. Neither one of them. She is not black. Like, I don't care. And she need not be calling no black Americans nigga. Period. He didn't even disrespect her. He didn't even say anything disrespectful to her. Yes, and they really made Wiz apologize. Like, and he did not say nothing wrong to her. He did not disrespect her in any way. And she got the nerve to call this man a fucking nigger? Are you serious? Hate this bitch. I spit in this bitch face if I ever see her in real life. She's on the spit in your face list. I would love to beat her up, but she would definitely have me thrown in jail for beating her up. So, and they really made Wiz apologize. I thought this year would help. And again, every single time I see the way that this girl is handled with kid gloves, she throws a temper tantrum and the whole world got to stop because poor Cardi threw a temper tantrum. And we all have to coddle her and handle her with kid gloves. And anybody that says anything that she doesn't like, they have to apologize. But look at how we treat Azalea Banks. That's the thing that bothers me. But then motherfuckers want to scream, protect black women, protect black women, protect black women. But look at how we treat Azalea Banks. And then people try to say, well, Azalea Banks has bad behavior. So does this girl that y'all love, that you make everybody apologize to her for the littlest thing. Like, but look at how y'all treat Azalea Banks. Come on now. I don't like it. It really bothered me that she called him the N-word. Hi, thank you, next. I see you. Wiz been in the game since what, like 2005, and he's still not as recognized as somebody like Cardi. Lack of comprehension is at an all-time high. Backyardigans started out by putting women against each other, but had no problem when it benefited her. Wiz always had that heat. Megan has changed for the worst. Meg is dumbing herself down for a quick, sharp position. I don't like it. Meg in the booth was fire. Good news went so wrong. She's a lyricist, and there was nothing like that on the album. I did review her album, TD Star. Hi, lovely me. Meg is almost like a shell of her former self, and it's so sad. Hi, Yami. If I had one takeaway from the Megan Thee Stallion situation, what would it be? Not everything needs to be made public. Not everything needs to be handled on social media. Not everything needs to be played out publicly. Some things you should just sue or, you know, handle it in court and keep it moving. And that you have to know yourself. This is how I feel about Megan Thee Stallion overall right now, which I said in my review of her album. I feel like she doesn't know who she is right now. She's like looking for herself. And so you need to like take the time to like find yourself. Take the time to find yourself. Take the time away from your phone, away from social media, away from all this to find yourself as an artist, but like not even just as an artist, as a person. Like, you know, I know losing your mother will really make you question your identity and question so many things. Just, right, get some therapy, take some time. Everything doesn't have to be played out through this social media filter, and just chill. That would be my takeaway from this situation, and that would be my advice. Yeah, like a retreat. Not just for the sake of the music, but like also for the sake of the music, but also for your own personality and for just like your own perspective and just for your own emotional well-being. Relax. Because the way that things are going, it looks like she's headed for a crash and burn. Let's see. I cooked and went to work yesterday, didn't go home. My family wasn't doing anything. Ew, avocados and mac and cheese. Meg is hypocritical, and I'm starting not to like the way she's handling things. Thank you, next. Yeah, the devil was a lie. Hello, lovely me. Mudslides, vodka, Kahlua, and Bailey's Irish Cream. Got it. Right, fuck the Grammys. People just enjoy complaining. I feel like this year was the first that the artists themselves, especially The Weeknd, were outspoken about their treatment. But here's the thing, though. The Weeknd, you still submitted your work. You still submitted your work for consideration by the Grammy board. So how can you then make a post saying, oh, the Grammys are still corrupt, me and my fans are owed transparency, and da-da-da-da-da, when you literally said this exact same thing last year or whenever his last album came out, and yet you still submitted your work for consideration, which means you still want that validation of your work. If your work had been given all the Grammys that you felt like you wanted, would you have made that post on Instagram? No, most likely not. You still submitted your work. So y'all see the wrinkle? Like, you still want it. You're just saying something now because you didn't get it. That's the part that I don't like. J. Cole doesn't submit his music. Like, just stand on, you know, stand on your thing. Stand on your square. Where was I? People just enjoy complaining. Cardi is someone who loves to jump into shots not even meant for her and then cry about it. Like, get out of the target range. You're not even worth the bullet. Don't duck if it don't apply. Deep down, people want that validation no matter how much they say they don't. Exactly, Savannah. Grammy tats say what? Yup. 6 years is about right. Since 2014, when they gave Best Rap Album to Macklemore over Kendrick Lamar. Complaining is fun for them, even if it's about the same thing over and over every year. Queen said, who in here has a PS5? This is my genuine question. What can the Grammys even do for Black artists? Oh, somebody did super chat. Hi, Michelle's daughter. Thank you. Super chat. Michelle's daughter. Thanks for coming live. Needed to hear, see my family from this channel. Love y'all. Yes, we're always here for you. This is my genuine question. What can the Grammys even do for Black artists? Like, most of the people nominated are affiliated with labels. They aren't independent. They give access. What is it? So we were actually talking about this in Discord, and I've talked about this previously on my channel. A lot of people feel like the Grammys provide a certain level of validation or prestige in order for you to like get more jobs in the future. I said I disagree with that. I feel like we're still the ones that give the merit, because the Grammy nominations come out and we all talk about it, and then the show comes on. And we all watch. I'm not including myself because I couldn't even tell you the last time I watched the Grammys or made a video about the Grammys, except to say they suck and they're racist. But, you know, like, we talk about it, we watch, we have the same conversation every year. We keep the awards relevant. We keep the awards relevant. We are the ones that continue to put the merit on it, because even the fact that we are upset about it, that means that, you know, we want it. So it's just like, we're the ones that continue giving it the power. So it's like, if next year the Grammys came out, the Grammy nominations came out, nobody talked about them, nobody even acknowledged them, and then if the award show came on and nobody watched, and the ratings tanked and nobody attended, and none of our favorite artists went, and none of us watched, there would be no relevancy whatsoever. There would be no merit. There would be no nothing given. But we are so like rooted into this verification system of the awards validating our art that it's like people just can't do it. Like, they just like cannot break away from the mindset. Like, they just can't do it. It's really weird. I'm not gonna keep fucking talking about that shit every year. Like, I'm not gonna talk about that shit for another 6 years. Like, it's just not gonna happen. That Macklemore win was the Gutenberg shift for public view of the Grammys. Meg talking about women empowerment gets desensitized with that phone narrative. The Kelsey stuff. They definitely hype up Cardi as sad as fuck. That's what stood out to me too. Cardi calling Wiz a nigga. I was like, what? Cardi's making it now where people can't even have a commentary on rap in the industry without her being triggered and getting in her feelings. She really thinks the whole industry revolves around her. But that's because since people hated Nicki Minaj so much, they put this girl up on a pedestal, like as if the whole industry did revolve around her. And now she's a fucking monster. When will she be gone? I'm so tired. Sympathy and payola. And they really made Wiz apologize. Her father is a non-black Dominican. Mother is an Indo-Trini. Cardi said out her own mouth she likes dating black men because she likes interracial dating. WAP really brought her back. Yeah, I personally, like, can't believe that. Still can't believe that. Friday comes at everyone. I don't even... She's always out of line, Vanity. It's ridiculous. It's like Cardi has an invisible barrier around her that black people can't touch. And when you do, somehow other black people come and save her. It makes no sense. I keep telling y'all, this girl is a witch or something, because people's whole heads are on backwards when it comes to her. Like, I really don't know. I'm still waiting for Cardi to post her ancestry DNA test. Her dad looks Italian to me. She's not black and the public knows it. Yes, and they don't treat her like a black girl. They don't treat her like one, Ori. She'd toss a shoe at your head. She gonna wait for the principal to walk down the steps and then try and fight. The worst crime we could do to her is to not adore her, kiss her ass. She takes it so personal. Cardi would yell that Serene shit from behind her security team. AB is my girl. Hi. It's not the same energy for Banks at all. Hi, Jaren. Hopefully this crop will end soon. I can't wait. Azalea didn't throw shoes on the red carpet. Azalea hasn't put her hands on one person and people act like she did. They treat her way worse. Megan is a social climber. Turn your phone off is the advice I would give Megan Thee Stallion. Like a retreat or something. Yeah, therapy. Megan never took a break. She needs a retreat and ongoing therapy. It's in her eyes now. You can see the unhappiness. I read something interesting where somebody said that maybe this is her personality, that she likes to be in the mix, and that maybe we're not able to come to terms with how this might be her persona. You talking about Megan? I think that Megan does like to be in the mix. I think that is her personality. She does like to be mixy. I don't think there's nothing wrong with being mixy. But the thing about it is, I just feel like you can't be a hypocrite. Like, you just can't be a hypocrite. That's my thing. If you're going to sit there and be like, I want to be the unproblematic girl, I want to be friends with everybody, I want to be cool with everybody, and I just want to be in the mix and be the party girl and have fun. Okay, that's fine. But if that's going to be your brand or whatever, you also can't be the protect black women girl, because like we've talked about previously, you are hanging out with somebody that assaulted a black woman. You are yourself throwing shots at another black woman that used to be your good friend. You are hanging out with a family that consistently trolls and steals from black women. You can't be mixy and everybody's friend and also be the protect black woman girl. You just can't be both. You just can't be both. You just can't be both, because there are people that literally harm black women, and then you want to hang out with them, but then you want to be like, protect black women. I just can't. Like, that's hypocritical, and that's going to affect your public image, and you're trying to be a public figure. So I just feel like you have to pick a side there. You have to pick a side there. Oh, there goes the neighbor. There goes the neighbor talking. Sorry. I got serious back pain today. I honestly think it's from eating so much. Hi, Vermilion Dynamo. What the fuck is avocado and mac and cheese? That's disgusting. Double talk. Everyone submitted their work and now they're complaining about the Grammys. The Weeknd used all his powers on American Dad. No more Grammys for him. J. Cole doesn't submit his music. I actually think that people, and I have nothing to give Justin Bieber, fuck Justin Bieber, but I actually feel like people are misunderstanding what Justin Bieber was trying to say. Justin Bieber was trying to point out that he didn't make a pop album. He was trying to say it without saying it. He should have just came out and said it. He was trying to say that they put him in the pop category because he's white. That he was trying to like further the point of how the categories are racialized. That like, even though the Grammys did say they're getting rid of like the urban categories, like how last year Tyler the Creator won like best rap album or whatever, but his album was not a rap album. And he literally said, like, he posted on Instagram, like, you know, it's cool that, you know, the Grammys gave me this award or whatever, even though Igor was not a rap album. Like, they put me there because I'm black. And so I kind of felt like Justin Bieber was also trying to like make that point as well, of like, I deliberately set out to make an R&B album and they put me in the pop section just because I'm white. Because the Grammy categories are racialized. Like, the big four categories are seen as the white categories. Anybody white is seen as making pop music, unless you're rapping, because they'll give the white rappers, you know, awards. But the awards are racialized. Like, every category is racialized. So I feel like that was him trying to like make his commentary on like, why am I in the pop section when I deliberately set out to make an R&B record. I don't know though. I don't think that your team, Your team doesn't pick what categories you get put in, queen. You just submit the body of work. You like submit the body of work as a whole. I could be incorrect about this, so if you guys know, let me know. But I think you just like submit whatever you want to submit, and then the Grammy board, they like vote. They like vote on where it's gonna go and what it's gonna be nominated for. So I don't know if his team submitted in the pop category. I don't think that's what happened. Oh, you can? Well, maybe they did. Then I don't know. That's just what I got from that statement. That they put me in pop, but it's not a pop album, and they put me in pop because I'm white. Where was I? I don't think The Weeknd is ever getting a nomination again, like ever. The same way Nicki was never going to get nominated again. Just remember, Prince has no Album of the Year Grammy. Right, like the Grammys are garbage. Taylor Swift has like 2 Album of the Year Grammys. Like, they just like give them to people they know. And there's Michelle's daughter. Thank you again, Super Chat. Hi, Kayla. Biebs finally learned what black people been knew. The biggest key factor in whether a song gets labeled pop or R&B nowadays is the race of the performer. We've been on for like... You're not that late. Hi, Tempilano. When were the Grammys actually worth something? Like what era? Never! Never. Remember, they snubbed Mariah. They snubbed Mariah Carey. Which Mariah Carey herself said. She was like, you know, in the 90s, I had like 10 simultaneous fucking singles that were all charting. And they didn't nominate me for shit. Like, never. 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 Like, Prince does not have an Album of the Year Grammy. Bobby Brown does not have an Album of the Year Grammy. Only 10 black artists have ever won Album of the Year in the entire history of the Grammys. Only 10 black artists have ever won Album of the Year Grammy in the entire history of the Grammys. And black American artists run popular music, and we run popular culture. So I don't think... Never. Like, never. You think that they're worth something when you're younger, but I'm gonna say they've never been worth anything. You know, I just don't. They've always been racialized. Like, they've always been racial. They've always been racist. Like, they've always been racist. I just don't. Right. And no black artist has won Album of the Year since 2008. Herbie Hancock. Like, all this, like, these Beyonce albums that people love that have shifted pop culture, these Kendrick Lamar albums that people have loved that have shifted pop culture, like, they never want to give anything to rap. Like, Mariah Carey not getting nominated made no sense at the time. It was the Daydream era. Wasn't it the Daydream era? She broke record after record during that time. Right, like, that was my first thought when someone said, like, when was the last time the Grammys were relevant? Like, never. Because even going back to, like, the 80s and the 90s, like, Mariah Carey got snubbed, like, hugely. And the reason why she got snubbed was because there was, like, behind-the-scenes drama with, like, Tommy Mottola and, like, her trying to leave her label and, like, her trying to leave him. Like, there's always been too much industry politics. It's always been racist. It's always been racialized. And there's always been industry politics, which is what Nicki Minaj also said. They didn't want her to perform her performance that she wanted to do. She did it anyway. So they have snubbed her from the Grammys since then. Like, Ariana Grande said the exact same thing last year, that they wanted her to perform. Not that I give a fuck about Ariana Grande, because I damn sure don't. But she said the same thing last year, that they wanted her to perform, and they wanted her to perform, like, a certain song. And she didn't want to perform that song. She wanted to perform a different song. And she wanted to perform it, you know, her own way. And the dude, Ken Jennings or whatever the fuck his name is, he said no. And he snubbed her. Like, I don't think the Grammys have ever been worth shit. You just think they are when you're young because you believe in all that shit when you're young. You believe in awards, and I mean, you know, there's a lot of adults that still believe in this shit too, obviously, but it's a childish mindset to me, and I'm grown, so I don't know. Oh no, not Ken Jennings. Ken Jennings is Jeopardy. It's not him. It's not him. It's a different dude named Ken. Ken Jennings is Jeopardy. And you know, they actually said that they're gonna have him start hosting it for a little while. And I think that he's gonna be a good host too. His name is Ken something, or it starts with a K. I don't know. You guys know all the Caucasians. I get them all mixed up. Hi Kyrie. Yeah. The proof that this is untrue is that people get outraged because their faves didn't get nominated or win. And there's Kyrie. The last time I watched the Grammys was when Beyonce performed Pregnant with the Twins. Exactly, the artists and the public are the ones that make it what it is. Doing okay? Yeah, hope you feel better, Kyrie. We're definitely all pulling for you. I saw Cardi attacking Wiz on Twitter. I was like, huh? Wiz of all people? He doesn't even bother anybody. And then, of course, people ran with he's a black man. He's attacking her. What? Again, like, people really, they have a one-track mind. Like, people really have a one-track mind. They really create a false narrative. Like, this is reality TV. They create a storyline, and they have a one-track mind. Like, what he said about mainstream artists, and he was talking about Nicki Minaj, like, who's a woman, like, and what he said about mainstream artists having a hard time, I mean, about underground, you know, self-made artists having a hard time getting recognized by the mainstream was absolutely true. And it had absolutely nothing to do with the fact that he was a black man. And all these black men attacking women because they're attacking Cardi. But what he said was in defense of Nicki Minaj. So what the fuck are y'all even talking about? But then y'all want to scream to protect black women. It's very hypocritical. Everyone is a hypocrite. Hi, the black announcement. Wiz is like the coolest, most laid-back dude out here. It makes no sense. Yeah, it's been tough lately, but it'll get better. Oh. Do you have like a UV light? We had talked about it. Did you get one, Kyrie? The way that Cardi is coddled and protected shows me that not only is she not black, but that the public doesn't see her as one. You know, such and such isn't a black woman because look at all the black people defending her. Cardi B won't ever go away because people love her too much. They love her because she stays disrespecting black people. Hi, Zafari. No switching up. Stay consistent. If social media got hacked and shut down for a month, half these artists would be lost. We need a cultural sieve. Let's see. Savannah. Then we have the Soul Train Awards and the BET Awards, and they can barely get any artists to come. Right. Like, I'm just tired. Oh, you heard your neighbors fight this morning, Davey? Megan's image for me has gotten icky. I was already mad about not liking the album. Justin Bieber was actually right. He made an R&B album, not pop. Hi, King Amari. We don't like Bieber, but when you're right, you're right. It's still fuck Bieber, but I will say I did gain a modicum of respect for Bieber when he pulled the receipts on that girl that falsely accused him of rape, because that whole situation, and just everybody stopped talking about it. I really felt like that should have been talked about more, because that girl tried to falsely accuse him of raping her. Like, this girl made an account on Twitter and said that Justin Bieber raped her, that he sexually assaulted her when in like whatever year, like, oh, year when he was staying at, you know, the Four Seasons Hotel or whatever, this and this. Justin Bieber was like, I was never staying at the Four Seasons Hotel. There were pictures taken of me having dinner there. when I was with Selena, but I was not staying there. Here are the receipts of the Airbnb I was staying at. This girl tried to say I was staying in the hotel and she came to my room and I raped her. I never stayed at that hotel. Here's the receipts. Here's the signed, dated, the credit card slips. Here's the pictures. Here's the video. Here's the pictures of where I was at. Here's the video where I was at. I was not there. I was not where. Here's signed testimonies of people that were with me. Like, I was not there. Hi, Tim. And all they did was, like, boot that girl off of Twitter. Like, they shut her off of Twitter, and Justin Bieber had to, like, he sued her. He, like, sued her for defamation of character. And I think that suit is, like, even ongoing, or maybe, like, he won. Because, like, as soon as he came back at her, because that shit was, like, big news for a minute because of the Me Too stuff. But as soon as he came back with all this proof and receipts, it just, like, went away. And people don't even talk about it anymore. And for that, I got I got a modicum of respect. Because, like, what the fuck? That could have ruined his life. You're good, chilling. This is why you really have to keep receipts on these people, especially if you become famous. Like, you have to keep receipts. You have to keep receipts. Yes, he was like, I have the receipts. Y'all know the gif where she's like patting the paper? I have the receipts. Like, I have the receipts right here. Dated, signed, pictures. I never stayed at that hotel. She's lying. Justin printed out those receipts and presented them hot and fresh. Same on the respect for Bieber. He dropped everything and pulled up the receipts and shut that shit down. He handled those false allegations like a champ. Yeah, like, he didn't even let that shit go anywhere. Like, the ink was hot. Like, he went to the printing press himself. He was like, I may be a drug addict, but I'm not no rapist. Like, nope. No, thank you. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Let me scroll back up. You guys talk about the Grammys not being shit. If black artists know this, why do they even attend it in the first place? It's just because, like, we're still programmed and conditioned to view these awards as, like, the pinnacle of success. It really takes, like, a deprogramming, like a unlearning. It really does. All they did was change the name, progressive R&B. Yeah, urban contemporary became progressive R&B. But y'all know I hated urban contemporary because I was like, what genre is that? What is that? They might as well just say it's the nigger category. It's still the box they put music that isn't R&B or rap, but is by someone black. Justin got put in the separate but equal category of pop. Prince does not have Album of the Year Grammy. Will never make sense. Nicki is definitely owed one. I hate how they let Nicki perform Roman Holiday and then blackballed her, basically. The Grammys ain't worth shit. The only good thing they did was give Stevie Wonder 3 Album of the Year Grammys. They just keep mocking black artists overall. We need to stop looking toward them for merit, for real. Hi, King Amari. Hi, Fizzy Chizzy. Janelle Monáe ran into this issue. She submitted for pop a few years ago and didn't get any nominations for the Electric Lady. They would only put her in R&B. Black Americans created and popularized virtually every music genre. Like, the fact that only 10 black artists have ever won Album of the Year Grammy in the entire history of the Grammys. Like, the Grammys have never been good. Never. Again, it's just like a part of thinking about our American infrastructure in a totally different way. Like, you have to come from the mindset of, like, our infrastructure is rotten. Like, our infrastructure is bad, and it's been bad. And sometimes they get it right. You know, Stevie Wonder, Outkast, Speaker Box of Love Below. But, like, those are the exceptions. Those are, like, the outliers. Like, by and large, the infrastructure is racist. And it's rotten. It's not good infrastructure. So that's just, like, a flip perspective from how people usually look at things, because people usually look at things like things are fine and every now and then there's a mistake. No, things are shitty and every now and then they get it right. Mariah Carey not getting nominated made no sense. The Daydream era broke record after record during that time. The music industry is built off the backs of Black American talent. Hi, Ali Oxenfree. The Grammys have always been racist. Remember when all the rap artists boycotted the Grammys because they wouldn't show them on air? Right, and that was in the 80s. That was like in the late 80s, early 90s. Like the Grammys have always been racist. They've never wanted to recognize Black artists. They've never wanted to recognize rap, and that has not changed. And it's been like 40 years of rap. Rap is the dominant genre in the United States and even globally, and that still has not changed. Zafari, thank you. Super chat. What if we hypothetically made our own award show? Not an existing one, but just for fun. Our own. What categories would it have for y'all? Oh, that's an interesting question. Let me think about that. Let me screenshot that. I'm gonna think about that, Zafari. That's a really interesting question. Where was I? Black artists cross genres and they continue to only put them in a few categories. It's always been racist and it's always been about politics. I really do hope that by 2021, Black artists avoid these award shows wholeheartedly and that be the standard from here on out. Yeah. And speaking of Grammy politics, here is another thing. If you incentivize a performance with a nomination, doesn't that mean some of the nominations are biased by default? They are. It's like, oh, I'll give you the nomination if, I forget with Ariana Grande, like what song they wanted her to do. But let's just say they wanted her to do God as a Woman. I don't know if that's it. But it's like, oh, we'll give you the nomination if you come and you perform God as a Woman. Because like that's the biggest, hottest song right now, and that's gonna be the one that we think is gonna get the most viewers, right? So we're gonna make the most money. Capitalism! Because everything goes back to capitalism being the fucking devil. So it's like, oh, that's gonna be the one that has the most audience, that's gonna get the most butts in the seat, that's gonna get the most viewers. So if you come and you perform God as a Woman, we'll give you the nomination. Well, I don't wanna perform God as a Woman. I wanna perform The Light Is Coming. I want to perform something more avant-garde. I want to perform something more risky. No, you can't do that. Because what if the viewers at home don't like it and they turn the channel? Well, then I'm not going to come. Well, then we're not going to nominate you. So how can you sit here and say that the Grammys are about artistic merit when we literally know that this is the process of the way that the conversation goes? That woman that quit the Grammys last year, she publicly sued them for this. And she made it like known, this is the way that it's done. And yet here we are in 2020 in a fucking pandemic, and it's the exact same conversation. I'm not having this conversation again for the next 6 years. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. Certain neighbors just said, why did she say capitalism like that? They heard me say capitalism is the devil. They heard me. They heard me. Y'all know how I feel about capitalism. I fucking hate it. Okay. This problem did not begin or end with the Grammys. They're just the point where the dynamic is most exemplified. It would make a huge impact if no Black artists attended. All the Black artists need to start showing up at the Soul Train and Essence Awards instead. Some of these women are really overdoing the woman empowerment just to suit themselves. The Grammys changing the category name was slapping a Band-Aid on a festering wound that is itself indicative of a much more significant societal ailment, said Ori. I think people think that because Cardi was poor, that means she's self-made. Like, I don't care that she's from the Bronx. She was on a reality show and she was plucked by a label, and every facet of her artistry and image was created. That is not self-made. Yeah, Ken Jennings is going to host for a bit. I'm glad he's going to do it too. Ali Oxenfree. Bieber was handled right. Do you remember that? There goes Tim. He had all the receipts. Nobody talked about it anymore after that. Justin printed out those receipts, presented them hot and fresh. He dropped, same on the respect for Bieber. He dropped everything, pulled the receipts and shut that shit down. Handle the false allegations like a champ. You got to have security cameras and 4+ witnesses because they will try it. Exactly, King Amari. Imagine if he didn't have them. Justin also alluded in an interview about something happening to him as a child in the industry, so he really doesn't play about that. He is, though. Like, he is the furry. You know, he is. People are really evil. Like, how can you falsely accuse someone of rape and sleep at night? Yeah. Yeah. He put the truth all the way out there. Oh no, absurd. No, we're good. Hi, Roderick. Establishment needs detoxing. Hi, Derek. I would like to know, what are the qualifications to work at the Grammys? Like to be a part of the Grammy board? What are the qualifications? I know they recently expanded the Oscars, the Academy for that. And then there's the furry. What if, hypothetically, we made our own award show? Not an existing one, but just for fun, our own. What categories would we have for y'all? Ironically, it seems like they finally really paid attention to high quality rap this year for Best Album. Nas, Royce, and Freddie Gibbs all being nominated is pretty legit. I felt like they nominated them, Tim, because they had to. Because this year was like basically down the toilet. So I felt like they felt they had to. It just wasn't, I don't feel, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really feel like there was a project that came out this year by the trash that they normally like to award that they could have awarded. So they kind of like felt like they had to go with that by default. If you get what I'm saying, that makes sense. I do think Roddy Ricch and Lil Baby were snubbed though. I actually really like Roddy Ricch. I think he can rap. I think he kind of gets categorized with like mumble rappers or whatever, but I actually think he's very talented. Slightly off topic, but have y'all noticed the anti-blackness on social media being hidden under womanism? Like, I can't think of any other reason why people would hound Wiz in favor of Cardigan B. Yes, I have noticed it. I talked about this recently on Instagram. I did a bunch of stuff about it in stories. I might do a video on it. But I definitely think that a lot of the womanism, quote unquote, and colorism, quote unquote, conversations have been completely hijacked to push anti-blackness and to specifically push an anti-Black American agenda. Absolutely. 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 Even the ways that people talk about, you know, like colorism, for example. People are trying to make it like as if colorism is like a Black American thing. Like as if we invented colorism. Like as if Black American men created colorism. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Like, oh, those Black Americans are so colorist, so you need to go get you a white man. The math ain't mathing. The math is not mathing. The math is not mathing. Or the people being like, you can't date Black men because they all just want to be on the street, drug dealing with they boys, with they gold chains and they gold teeth and all they baby mamas. These are dog whistle terms, Black American stereotypes and signifiers that people are trying to make as if the problem is Black Americans and Black American culture. And that's not the problem. That is absolutely not the problem. That's not the problem. Absolutely. Meanwhile, bleaching cream is flying off the shelves in foreign countries. I've literally seen people be like, oh, these dark-skinned girls would love themselves more if they were not in Black American culture. They would love themselves more if they was in Africa or the Caribbean. But Vibes Cartel. But the bleaching industry and the bleaching creams. I see it. But Sammy Sosa, I see it. I see it. I see that all of this, oh, I'm pro woman, I'm pro, womanism and colorism. This shit is all being hijacked to talk shit about Black Americans. It's becoming a serious issue. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. I'll probably do a video on it that's gonna make the girls real angry. Real angry. But I see it. I see it. I seen it with my eyeballs. I see it. Yeah. You're not off topic. I see it. Everything has an anti-Black American agenda. Everything has an anti-Black American agenda. Just like how we've also talked previously on this channel about how why is everybody that's dark-skinned in a movie or a show these days a foreign Black? Like as if dark-skinned Black Americans don't exist. They trying to make it seem like we are the problem. And they're trying to kick us out of the club too. They're trying to say that we're all mixed and that we're not really Black. All this shit is going somewhere. All this shit is going somewhere. All this shit is going somewhere, and it's very much rooted in anti-Black Americanness. Period. 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 I see it. I see it. I see it. Let me scroll back up. I see it, Flea B. You're not off topic. I guess the Grammys want to atone for Cardigan Backyard again in that category at least. I have urban contemporary as a genre in my iTunes as a joke. Time to change it to progressive R&B now, I guess. An upside down pyramid. Most of the time they don't get it right. MTV never even played Black artist music videos for a minute. Yeah, MTV did not play Black artist music videos. They had to play Michael Jackson videos because Michael Jackson was putting out videos that everybody wanted to watch, and David Bowie took them to task about that shit. Categories popular amongst the whites. Best foreign Black. Best cultural moment would be a cool category. I'd have a best lyrics category and best soul song. I remember that on hip-hop back in the 80s and 90s, they did not get recognized, even though back then hip-hop was at its best. They can't do that if Black people stop showing up to award shows like the Grammys. They'll be shamed and called racist and divisive. I wish they would have nominated Lil Baby. Yes, they should have. They should have. Tim. I'd also have best concept for a music video category. Best producer award. SerenSensei all in 2026. Best vision from videos to post to merch around the album song. I was talking to one of my friends about this, and my friend said that they shouldn't have any more awards that are based off of anything that is subjective. So there should be no more Grammys, none of that. Like, oh, it's the best pop song. My friend was like, there should only be 3 awards every year. Spotify awards, YouTube awards, and Apple Music awards. It should be Spotify awards for like pure streams, most amount of streaming. YouTube awards for like pure views, like most amount of video views. And Apple Music awards for like pure sales, like sales and streaming. That should be the award categories. You just get awarded off the pure popular numbers, and that all these other award shows should be converted into like just performance shows, which I thought was a pretty interesting fucking idea. Like, it's an interesting idea. The way that people are thinking about what is considered self-made and what makes an artist good or bad will rewrite music history in a bad way. I'm crying at the capitalism scream. They should have a category for most writing credits on a song or album. I'm tired of you, fam Samity Sam. It's wild to say, but the BET Awards are starting to gain more notoriety. I don't think I've seen white mainstream media pay so much attention to it than they did last year. Not that it matters. I saw that people want LeVar Burton to host Jeopardy. I think that would be good too, Owen. That's a good question about categories. I would have an award for best live, best televised performance, That way artists will put more into their performances. Isn't Jason Lee on the Grammy board? The bar is in hell. Oh, I did not know that. Wow. It's probably a mob mentality. They won't let anyone on the Grammy board if you're not biased. Yeah. It's so-called experts representing all tiers of the industry: label executives, producers, journalists, talent bookers, DJs, engineers, songwriters, and musicologists. They review the submissions and ultimately decide which category a submission belongs in. The reason that the awards are not going away is that there's nothing to replace them. It's a self-sustaining system. I hate that Wiz backtrack. Colorism is global. Colorism is everywhere. My Instagram is on my About page. If you go look on the About page, the handle's there. Black 1865. Roddy Ricch really can rap. Same for Lil Baby. I'm disappointed by his uncreative name, but every song I hear him on, he got bars. Yeah, I feel like Lil Baby and Roddy Ricch have been like unfairly labeled mumble rappers or something. They can really rap. Kind of like the shit happening now with Pan-Africanism, where Black Americans are starting to see through the BS. Damn it, Beyonce, why didn't you solve colorism? Bro, I literally seen people trying to call Beyonce and Solange colorist. And I was like, what? Because like Solange had posted a picture of her new boyfriend who's light-skinned. And they were like, well, Solange only dates light skins with long hair. I was like, well, Solange's last husband was light skinned, but he was bald. They were like, she's colorist and she's like, has a hair fetish. I was like, her last nigga was bald. What are y'all talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And then somebody made like a list of like all the people that Solange has dated publicly. And it was like all different like type of like skin tones and complexions and hair types and all different shit. People were like, what are you talking about? People have really decided that they think all light-skinned people should die or something. It's very strange. Like it's going in a really weird direction with like anytime any light person does anything. Anytime any light-skinned person does anything, they're like immediately called colorist. They're like immediately just like jumped on and attacked. It's getting very spooky. It's getting very weird. Like, it's getting very weird. I've seen people saying that like Beyonce is a colorist that has never had to work hard for anything, that she just had everything handed to her because she's light-skinned. I was just like, well, as a Destiny's Child stan, I have to tell y'all, that's not true. Like, Beyonce worked very hard, and it took them a while to even get on. Like, when it was going on Star Search and shit like that, like, they weren't winning. Like, Beyonce's dad literally used to make her get up at 5 in the morning and go run. He used to make them girls go run and sing songs at the top of their lungs to, like, build up their stamina and their endurance. Like, I was just like, I don't... People have really made, like... People have really made colorism a weird... It's a weird conversation. Like, it's a weird conversation now. Like, I feel like what I keep saying is that we need to, yet again, we need to decolonize our minds, and we need to get the Eurocentric mindset of light and white is right out of our heads, and we need to work on the infrastructure of how darker skinned people get longer prison sentences, longer school suspensions. I have done series of videos on colorism. There's an On Colorism playlist. Like, the issue is that ultimately we still believe that light and white is right. So we have to remove that mindset from our own brains. But people have to, that's what colorism is about. But people have turned colorism into Black American culture is the problem. Light skins themselves are the problem. They all gotta die. All the Black Americans gotta die because obviously we're the ones that invented colorism. All the Black American men gotta die. Like, none of this is the issue with colorism. Like, I don't know where, oh, we gotta swirl now to deal with colorism and create more little waffle color babies. Like, I don't like it, Sincere. Like, it's getting real spooky. It's very spooky and weird. It's very spooky and weird right now. It's very strange. I know I'm behind, but I'm trying to like get through. I'm trying to like not skip comments. Where was I? Awards, colorism. Is it because this year has been hyper visible for Black Lives Matter? Is that why it seems like the Grammys went out of the norm and nominated some artists? That's possible, Queen. We also have Unilever products and Dove that too many Black folks use. If the place you live has been touched by white supremacy and colonialism, which is literally everywhere, colorism exists. It's literally a product of white supremacy. And I literally see people trying to make it like colorism is like an issue of like Black American culture, like as if we made it, or an issue of like Black American men. That's not the issue. Stop. Oppression means we can look down on them, Black Americans. The bleaching industry is huge in West Africa. People need to stop. Sammy Sosa, Asia is also real bad with colorism. I was just about to mention bleaching products being commonplace across Asia. The girls are drowning in bleaching products in Jamaica is bullshit. Asia, get into how colorism is crazy in India as well. I can't believe people have the nerve to actually say that, as if we don't all know about the bleaching obsession in other countries. I'm done. The Makadas don't love themselves, says Skin Bleach McGee, Ori. Let's not act like this is unique to America. I see it too. I'm ready for the video. Yes, exactly, Kyrie. People like to mash Black Americans in our culture with anything negative. Skin Bleach McGee, I'm screaming. Yeah. There's even channels now with white women talking to dark-skinned Black women about how they need to marry white in order to combat colorism. It's too much. It's super strategic, point blank. A dude at work called me mixed yesterday. I immediately shut it down. Like, no, my mom is Black, my dad is Black. They're trying to make it like as if anybody light skin is mixed, which is not factual. You know why? It's because they've been trying to destroy us for years and couldn't do it. They're still trying. Our ancestors were too strong. Turkey tacos, furry. I might have tacos today. David Bowie had to drag them on MTV. Jason Lee is on the Grammy board, huh? Yes, David Bowie had to drag them. He was like, everybody in the world is watching Michael Jackson videos and listening to Michael Jackson songs, and y'all don't want to play Michael Jackson on MTV because he's Black. Instead, you want to invite me, David Bowie, on here to come talk. Is this not... Like, David Bowie was like, I don't understand. Like, I myself am trying to watch Michael. Like, I don't know about y'all, but, like, I don't know what's happening. But when you say that, people try to tell you that we're all in this together and that none of those things exist anymore. Bowie put MTV in their place. Now they're using other Blacks from other ethnic backgrounds to get rid of us. Nobody. They weren't being aired, Queen. They weren't being aired. Apple Music just had an award show, I believe. That makes sense. I like that idea. Ebro hosted the Apple Music Awards. David Bowie was in the middle of an interview when he literally brought up and questioned MTV on why they didn't play Black artist videos. Then he stared dead ass in the camera. Like, he really collected them. He was really just like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Michael Jackson and Prince are the biggest artists in the world right now. Like, yes, I am David Bowie, but we all know. What are we doing? Didn't the Jeezy and Gucci Mane verses get more streams than the Grammys and BETs combined? Like, people are not interested anymore. People need awards to tell them what to make. Country Music Board is so strict. That's why there are rarely Black people nominated in country. Beyonce made brown skinned girls. The Knowles sisters aren't colorist. It's a problem because they're light skinned. It's just like an issue. Yes, they literally said she has a hair fetish. I swear. They literally said Solange has a hair fetish. I was like, her last nigga was bald. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all just say anything. Like, again, people just run with this false narrative like as if it's reality TV. Like, they come up with a storyline. The storyline, Solange Knowles has a hair fetish. She only likes niggas with long hair. It does not matter that her last nigga that she was married to was literally bald. Doesn't matter. He was bald and a fine man, Savannah. Like, people just run with the narrative. That was a reach. Solange didn't do nothing wrong. What is she supposed to do? Stop being light-skinned? People want all these light-skins to kill themselves, Ori. That's what they need to do. They just want them to kill themselves so that they can stop feeling bad. I think there are way more Russian bots than we think we know. Those colorist comments are sus, sound like buzzwords to me. I agree with you, Ali Oxenfree, but I think that there are a lot of people that are getting, they're getting radicalized. They're getting dragged down a rabbit hole, and they're out of touch with reality. I feel like people only use that type of ideology or concepts for like Trump supporters and stuff like that. But I feel like that ideology of getting like dragged down a rabbit hole by bots, by false information, by actual insane people, all that stuff is happening more often and in more different ways than people really want to think about and consider. You can't take away Beyonce's work ethic. She ran in heels, I might add. My sister does that running and singing thing because of Beyonce. Time for the internet to shut down until maybe like summer 2025. Matthew had them running in heels. Devontae, we already talked about it. You missed it, so you can watch it again. As teens, people have weaponized prejudice. That's about it. Definitely a Jordan and Space Jam reach. Oh, if you're asking me about Megan Thee Stallion's album, the video before this is a review. If you're asking me specifically about the Kelsey situation, we talked about it in the beginning of this live stream. So just watch this live stream after it's over. I definitely feel like a lot of people who have suffered from colorism in their real life have been ingesting a lot of media around colorism that's not all the way true and accurate. I don't like it. Big Boy said that organized noise used to make them do the same thing, run while rapping lyrics to get their breath control up. People can only think in a binary way, and all these conversations are complex, where sometimes two things are true at the same time, and it's too much thinking for people. Totally agree. I say all the time, people can only think in a binary. Like, it's this or it's that. Our whole world revolves around binaries, so it's really hard for people to, like, let go of that way of thinking. And colorism has turned into Colorism also turns into light-skinned Black Americans are the problem, but dark-skinned foreign Blacks are okay, even when they're not. Yes, that's why I think that a huge part of the colorism conversation has been hijacked, the boy in blue. It's been hijacked and turned into light-skinned Black Americans are the problem, but the dark-skinned foreign Blacks are fine. Everything is weird. It's truly insane. People will never admit it. Hi, Mo. Beyonce worked harder than so many. She's only now letting people breathe. She was constantly working a decade ago. It's entirely false to say that Beyonce has not worked hard and that everything was handed to her because she's light-skinned. That's false. Period. But then if you say that, people will be like, well, you're a colorist. You're only caping for her because she's light-skinned. Y'all know. I didn't even like Beyonce until 6 months ago. Like, it's wild. It makes no sense. They're taking the colorism conversation to push their own hate for certain people. Hi, Janae. People contort and shift all these terms. Colorism, racism, body positivity, etc. Everything has shifted from its original meaning and purpose. I'm also seeing people using, like, calling people pedophile too in, like, a weird way. Just because somebody is older than their partner does not automatically make them a pedophile. I've seen people calling grown adults, like, somebody's 25 and their partner is 30. Oh, you're a pedophile. That's not what a pedophile is. And that's a very serious term. Like, that's a serious allegation. All because the people commenting on these terms now have no understanding. Like, I felt some type of way. Like, I seen people try to call, not to like bring this back up, but people try to call Jada Pinkett a pedophile. Jada Pinkett was not a pedophile. Like, you could feel how you feel about like that whole entanglement, da 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 da. She was not a pedophile. That's incorrect. That's a serious allegation. Like, y'all don't get to just make this shit up and say whatever the fuck you want. India has a whole caste system with skin color being a part of it. Colorism was not created in the United States. You literally can't find, I've heard you literally can't find jobs in the Caribbean if you don't bleach. Funny how we get specification when it's negative, but anything positive is we all black. The same people that hate light skins also want us to go up for Kamala. They just hate light-skinned Black Americans and biracial Black Americans specifically. I mean, you guys remember when I made my video about The Rock playing John Henry? People said they wanted Winston Duke M'Baka from Black Panther because he's dark-skinned. They said that that was colorism. I said, no. John Henry is a very specific Black American cultural icon. I don't want Winston Duke just because he's dark-skinned. Like, these foreign blacks don't get to play us just because they're dark-skinned. No. Fuck out of here. They really trying to, like, use that. That's trying, like, they're trying to use that as they in. Like, that they're better than us because they're darker, quote unquote. And again, this still rests on the false, incorrect notion that, like, dark-skinned Black Americans don't exist. We do. I don't know how many times I went on somebody's IG live, and if they're even a little light-skinned, all the questions are, what are you? What are you mixed with? What's your ethnic identity? David Bowie had to drag his own skin folk. Skin color is not an indicator of biracial. Boy was like, stop fucking it up for me. I'm trying to watch Michael. Bowie staring. I'm waiting. It is sad, but that's how it operates. That's how it operates, Sim. Isn't it kind of sad that it takes a white person to tell another white person not to be racist? But that's how white people operate, because they don't even see anybody else as a human being. That's exactly who needs to be telling them. Other white people. That's their responsibility. That's not our responsibility. Classic Bowie gif of him staring. Just look for the Bowie clip and we'll watch it after the live. Facts don't matter. Bowie was like, I'm trying to see Michael dance. What are y'all doing? Music video, television, not playing these music videos. People think Solange is light-skinned. I never considered her light-skinned. I also think that's a part of it, too. I don't even think that Black Americans should even be having colorism conversations with foreign blacks, because we don't even have a same understanding of what is or isn't light-skinned. Like, a foreign black will look you in your face and be like, anybody lighter than Lupita is light-skinned and therefore mixed. Like somebody even Kerry Washington's complexion or something like that. And you'd be like, what? No. That's because they don't understand the way that race and skin color is constructed here in the United States. And they try to come here in the United States and rearrange the furniture here in the United States and make their understanding of race and shit our understanding of race. And since a lot of these foreign blacks are being put up on these pedestals and given these positions and these platforms to speak like as if they're us and to speak for us, their ideology is getting bigger and bigger, even though it's warped. I don't even talk to foreign blacks about colorism, because you can't tell me what colorism is in the United States. You just can't do it. I'm sorry. You could tell me what colorism is in your home country, sure. You cannot tell me what it is here in the United States, because they look like how you just said, Roderick, you're a Black American. You don't even consider Solange to be light-skinned. Somebody that comes from someplace where everybody is Lupita's complexion might consider her light-skinned. How can we sit down and have a conversation on what colorism is and isn't? We can't. This is why we need separation. This is why we need our ethnic signifiers. Like, instead of just we're all the same. We're not the same. We're not the same. We're not the same. Solange is not going to stop being light-skinned, so what are people asking? Internet cults are real. Digital nurturing. Yes, you are, Zafuri. I be biking home while trying to rap Captain Hook at the same time in my Beyonce now. Yes. You hear birds? I have the window open. People thinking in binaries makes me think we are really in the Matrix. They're only seeing those ones and zeros. Yeah. It's one of the most serious allegations. It really is. Hi, Bailey. They definitely tried to put that on Jada. I'm 28, dated people as old as 42. There's a whole community of people who like to call people pedophiles. It's fucking weird, man. It's weird. Even if the age gap is questionable, if someone is legal, they're legal, period. Buzzwords gonna kill these folks, right? Like, Woody Allen is an actual motherfucking pedophile. Like, there's some people out here that are some real fucking pedophiles. Like, let's not water down the term. It's too much. Also, people literally don't understand the different age ranges. John Henry is a Black American. People wanting Winston Duke to be cast was way out of pocket. This is all manipulation. Oh, Winston. Sorry, what did you say? Yeah, Winston Duke. That's white people's job, not ours. Exactly. Like, no. And for me, I also feel like a lot of this shit is still cyclical, because I feel like this was also something that was like really big in like the 90s. If somebody had like any type of like curly hair or anything, people were like, are you mixed? Are you mixed? Are you mixed? And then it seemed like that went out of fashion. And now it seems like they're trying to bring that shit back. That's why I absolutely refuse to allow them to make Winston Dukes and Baku into the next Black Panther. Hell no. The barometer is totally different for us. This is like when people call Yara Shahidi light skinned. Right. Yara Shahidi is not light skinned. Maybe she is to you in Nigeria, but not here in the United States. So you're not going to look me in my face and say that Yara Shahidi is light skinned and benefiting from colorism. That is false. That's false in the United States. That's false. That's objectively false. Like, that is not true. Like, just because you know she's biracial doesn't mean that she is now light-skinned. She's not light-skinned. Y'all know I love to use Tay Heckard as an example of this. Tay Heckard was a dark-skinned Blasian in the fucking video industry that has talked openly about having to deal with colorism. Y'all are not about to say she's Black American from Texas and Korean. Y'all not about to say that because she's biracial, all of a sudden now she's light-skinned and has not, you know, suffered from colorism, and now she's the motherfucking problem. Get the fuck out of my face. Especially our history with accepting any new Black in the plantation into the fold. We accept everyone at first. We have to stop. People are making it like light-skinned folks are not Black. The end goal is to say that all Black Americans are not Black. That's the end goal. The end goal is to say that mixed people are not Black. All light-skinned people are mixed, so therefore they're not Black. And that all Black Americans are mixed due to slavery, and so therefore we are not Black. I genuinely believe in my heart that that's the end goal of this conversation, to try to completely remove Black Americans from the diasporic conversation about Blackness. Meanwhile, using our position and our hypervisibility and our culture and our history and our platforms to position other types of groups as the face of Blackness in the world. I genuinely believe in my heart, in my soul, that that's the end game. We're in a cultural war with other Black people in the diaspora and white people and non-Black persons of color. We are in a cultural war with everyone. And this is the end goal, period. Erasure and replacement. Like, we are at war with everybody. Black Americans better understand. It's a war. Let's see. People on Twitter were calling China and McClain light skin. I was so confused. Freddie Washington was light skinned. Solange, no. Yara is brown. She's not light. Race is constructed differently everywhere. Exactly, Owen. Like, and people keep trying to come and tell Black Americans did the same as us, and they're gonna tell us how it goes. I will never stop pushing back against that shit. Yara is lighter than her mom, but she's not light-skinned. People acting like Aisha Curry and Yara are the same complexion. We sure are not the same. We have different cultures and ideologies. Foreign blacks think they are the end-all and be-all of blackness, and the Pan-Africanism movement reinforces that for them. Yara is closer to Gabrielle Union and Kerry Washington. And when I was growing up watching Gabrielle Union on Sister Sister and stuff like that, Gabrielle Union was dark-skinned. And now people trying to say Gabrielle Union's not dark-skinned. The fuck? You better get the fuck up out of my face. I think Queen Ashton Sanders is light. I think by the end of the 2020s, Black Americans are going to have their own signifiers. I see Black Americans clapping back at Black people with foreign flags in their BAs about BA things. Sit there and eat your food. We're not the same. We're definitely not going to stop. We're not going to stop. Exactly. They're watering down terms. I remember I was watching this video. Yeah. Of this girl. She had, hi Armand, she had fully, unquestionably brown skin. And was, oh, wait. I remember I was watching this video of an African girl, and she had a fully, unquestionably brown skin girl on there and was asking her what light skin privilege is like. And the girl was sitting there like, huh? Yeah, like, people out here reality bending, absurd. The end goal is to make it so that they are the face of blackness. That's the end goal. Normani is light skinned. But then they try to tell us it's not a big deal who portrays Black Americans as well. Tay Heckard is beautiful. It's all super anti-Black American. I'm always confused when people call Yara light skinned. I don't see it. She's not fucking light skinned. They're just saying that because they know she's biracial. So they're trying to get her out of here. Which is why the whole saying that all biracials are not Black thing makes no sense. Because you have girls like Tay Heckard and Yara Shahidi that are biracial, but they're not even light-skinned. They are visibly Black girls. Like, Tay Heckard is a dark-skinned girl. Like, which also, people try to say that all biracials are mixed Black and white, which is also not true. I seen somebody try to say that Mulatto and Sweetie have the same exact makeup. No! Mulatto is mixed Black and white. Sweetie is mixed Black and Filipino. Like, people are really getting on these platforms and building these huge platforms and don't even know what they're talking about. It's spooky. It's scary. Like, it's weird. It's weird. Like, it's weird. My ex-wife, A. Marie, is Black and Korean. Tim, I'm afraid. It's a lot. It's cultural wars going on right now. I really feel that way. I know I've been saying this for years. Like, it's really like the Matrix. It's like a war for people's minds going on right now. And yet with all this, they will still say cardigan backyardigan is Black. Damn. Can someone please clip that part? I got asked was I mixed all the time in the 90s. It's, yeah, like they're trying to bring it back. Ali Oxenfree. AOC is definitely going to be Black in a few years. It's wild. It's like they will say that Cardi is Black and it's fine for her to call Wiz Khalifa a nigger when she doesn't even have no Black parents. But then they want to say Tay Heckard is not Black because she's biracial, or Yara Shahidi. The math ain't mathin'. When I tell y'all the math ain't mathin', the math ain't mathin', the math ain't mathin', this is how I know that there's an agenda being pushed. Anti-Black American agenda being pushed. Hard as fuck. Hard as fuck. All this anti-Black American colorism sentiment, anti-Black American men sentiment, all this shit, it's a agenda being pushed. Heavy. Let's see. It's definitely not colorism that Yara benefits from. Featureism is a thing. There's way other things. Words mean things, and we have to properly name them. Foreign Blacks remind me of the trope kill and replace, where someone kills you and then replaces you and lives your life as you. The net. It's like they bank on us not fighting back and bowing down to what they try to make us believe. This sort of thing is why it annoys me when people go on about biracials and equate it with light-skinnedness. Every biracial is not light-skinned. If it's lighter than Lupita, it's light-skinned. Hi, Kimberly Frazier. People have to go from one extreme to the other. Right. Sweetie is Blasian. Yara has a dark-skinned black mother, and Yara has lived the black experience. Shantae Heckert was one of my first crushes. Sweetie is Blasian. Kamala is Blasian. Her is also Blasian, black and Filipino. None of this is the same as black and white. It's very ominous. It's getting weird, Caribbean Adams. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. Like, Barack is not the same. He's black and white. Her is not the same. She's like, if somebody like her and Sweetie have the same Filipino. They have the same makeup, black and Filipino. That's not the same as Barack Obama. It's like, it's not the same. Like, it matters. This shit is different. Sharon Leo is also Blasian. It's like an intellectual culling. The folks who are unable to think critically are about to get left behind. They will say Cardi is more black than Doja because she grew up in the hood, even though Doja actually has one visibly black parent. And the shit that's wild to me is like, Doja has a black parent that we all know. Like, he's famous. Like, Cardi is not more black than Doja Cat. I don't care. She's not. Like, Doja Cat's race trash, but Cardi is objectively not more black. If you guys remember when I did the episode of Black Americans with Kenyatta and we played Trading Races, and I had Kanye West and she had Barack Obama, and we had to have a conversation about like who is more black. And I said Kanye West is more black because he literally is. Like, he's objectively like more black. We could say whatever we say about Kanye and Harriet Tubman and Trump and all that, but none of that changes the fact that objectively Kanye West has two black parents and Barack Obama has a black parent and a white parent. So all this like political blackness, emotional blackness, I feel black, I grew up in the Bronx, I'm the son of a Puerto Rican pimp, so I'm black. No. Stop that. No. I saw someone post the word ethnicide. It is. They're trying to erase our ethnicity. Black Americans. They're trying to get us the fuck up out of here. They're trying to wipe us out. They're trying to get us out of here. Just waiting for the day that foreign blacks say that we can't say nigga because we ain't really black. They already said that we need to stop saying drinking the Kool-Aid or something like that. I was like, bitch, fuck you. You ever think Seren's neighbors be listening and taking notes? Maybe. I'll say it again. When black folks start using racial epithets against other people, don't be pressed about it. Race is complex. My neighbors, y'all funny. It's like the modern day version of the Body Snatchers, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Selective blackness, right? Misfortunate. I'm Haitian and have mid-brown skin, but when I was younger, every time I was around fellow Haitians, they would ask me if I was half Black American because I'm not that dark and I have a lot of hair. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. They're trying to tell us who we are. It's very annoying. Yeah, she is, Roderick. See, and that's the thing. You equated. So Absurd wrote, Yara is biracial. So I thought she was light skinned until I saw a pic of her and Kerry Washington and realized they're the same skin tone. I was shook. It's like you knew that Yara is biracial. So you just immediately equated her being biracial with her being light skinned, even though your fucking eyes, like, you can use your eyes and look at her and see that she is not light skinned. It's not until she's standing next to Kerry Washington, who we all unanimously agree is not light skinned, and we see that they are the same complexion, and Kerry Washington is not mixed, she is fully black, that we'd be like, oh wow, actually Yara is not light skinned. Why did I think she was light skinned? It's because they're really trying to like push this idea that like all biracials are light skinned, and like all biracials are this, and all light skinned people are that, and all Black Americans are this and that. And it's not true. That's not the way that race works and is constructed here in the United States, which is why I'm saying it needs to be really important and known if somebody's a Black American or if they're not a Black American when they're getting on these platforms and they're spewing this filth, because they're not the same as us. Like, we can see with our own two eyes that Doja's father is Black as well. Yes, I said emotional Blackness. Wait, so Fat Joe ain't Black? Gina Rodriguez asses. Do dark-skinned non-BAs think brown-skinned Black people don't exist? Yeah, they act like it's a binary. Like, again, like, as if you're anything lighter than Lupita, you're light-skinned. Yep, Hawaiian Elvis said that. No. Yes, exactly. Doja is biracial. Cardi isn't even biracial. I feel like I said that before. Is personality the new blackness? Like, what is going on? It's really sad that it's come to this. Yeah. Someone on Twitter said, why do y'all never question Drake's blackness, but y'all want to say Cardi isn't a Black woman? Like, maybe because one has an actual Black parent. Like, Drake has a Black parent, bro. Cardi is a witch. Because people say things that just make no sense. It's like people want their non-Black faves to be Black. They want Cardi to be Black. They want Bruno Mars to be Black. They want their non-Black faves to be Black so bad. And they bend over backwards for their non-Black faves to be Black. But with actual biracial people that have a whole Black parent, no. With actual fucking Black people that are light-skinned, like Solange and Beyonce, no. With fucking Black Americans, no. Like, it's a clear agenda. Clearly. And people definitely still question Drake's blackness. Yep, Kayla. But the foreign Blacks really do see it that way, that being lighter than Lupita to them is light, but that's not what it is for us. Yes, we really need to start vetting and gatekeeping these conversations, especially when it applies to us. Being biracial is not this monolithic thing. There's people you would have never guessed aren't fully Black that are mixed. We need to shut them down every time they try to speak on us and our culture, especially when it comes to shit like this. I would love to see what their definition of colorism and racism is. Like, I've literally seen people, and not just foreign Blacks, but this also accounts for like Black American coons. I've literally seen people be like, colorism and racism is not a problem that I have with white people. I grew up around all white people, and I never knew anything about colorism and racism until I like met other Black people or met other Black Americans. So my problem is with like the Black Americans. Like, but the Black Americans still are not the ones that made it up. Like, that's like, the Black Americans are still not the ones that made it up. So if that's how you feel, just leave us alone. And Drake's father is still Black American. Cardi definitely does juju or something. Some people have definitely speculated that she does magic and bewitch people. Right. Like, it's too much, Sincere. It's too much. Deep down, Cardi doesn't even see herself as Black. She still calls her relationship with Offset interracial. We need a color palette test because classifying someone as light-skinned is so off these days. That's why I don't turn my nose up to biracial Black Americans or light-skinned Blacks. For me, it's ethnicity first. Can't speak for anybody else. But for me, it's ethnicity first. I'm going with the Black American first. If it's between Journey, Smollett, and Lupita, say what you want. I do not fucking care. I'm going with Journey. Like, I do not care. And people are going to be like, well, that's colorism. Because one is light-skinned and one is dark-skinned. One is a Black American. One grew up here. One appeared in Eve's Bayou. One did not. One was in Gridiron Gang. One did not. One has grown up here, been raised here, understands my culture here. One did not. One was in Roll Bounce with Bow Wow. One was not. Like, ethnicity first for me. Can't talk about anybody else. But for me, it's ethnicity first. It's my culture. It's who's going to be the person that understands me and my culture and is not coming in here trying to replace me and going to talk down to me and exhibit anti-Blackness against me. That's just me. And that's even how I think of myself. I'm a Black American first, and then I'm a woman. Can't speak for anybody else, only for myself. When I get to the end of these comments, we can end. Because, and this is why I'm saying, like, the colorism conversation even gets twisted, because it's like, you want me to let somebody disrespect me just because they're dark skinned? Nah. No. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm never going to let somebody disrespect me just because they're dark skinned, period. I'm Wesley Snipes Black, and even if you are even a tad shade lighter than me, then guess what? You are light skinned. I hate how Nigerians, High Green with Abundance, I hate how Nigerians are trying to be the experts in Blackness, especially American Blackness. Like, y'all are new here. It's the, like, previously, it would have been a white person, like, getting that job to teach African American studies and shit like that. Now it's going to be a foreign Black and probably a Nigerian. Cardigan Backyard again has a basement full of chicken bones and eggs full of blood. And she's even said that, like, her aunt or something is like a bruja, like her aunt dabbles, and people loved it when she said that, right? But when motherfucking Azalea Banks said that she's cutting the heads off a chicken, people said Azalea Banks was fucking crazy. Did I lie? Did I lie? Did I fucking lie? Clear double standard. Clear double standard for the Black girl, for the actually Black girls and the Black American girls. Clear double standard. We need a color palette. I used to think gatekeeping was wrong, but that's one thing the 2000s got right. Some things do need gatekeeping to preserve them from being diluted and smudged. Ethnicity first. Hi, Desiree. Journey understands my struggle and my history. Eve's Bayou, enough said. Yes, she was in Gridiron Gang. Which I remembered where I know the dude that played Little Richard and the James Brown. That's Bug, also from Gridiron Gang. I was like, damn, this kid looks familiar. Journey's filmography is everything. And everything. Like, I'm not going to ever disrespect her. She was in Roll Bounce. I haven't seen that movie in a grip. Journey been in, like, a lot of movies. Journey and Kyla Pratt are my go-to girls, period. I still have Roll Bounce on DVD. I forgot. I'm a BA first before I'm anything else. Kyla Pratt is literally my childhood. Right, The Great Debaters. Journey was in The Great Debaters, too. Like, It's depressing because colorism is such an important conversation and a real issue, and now it's ruined. It's strange how colorism confos have turned from lighter skinned people and darker skinned people are treated differently to let's argue about who is and is not black. Exactly. Like people are really trying to make it that lighter skinned people are the problem. Like that the problem is that they exist. Like that's not the problem. Bye, Sam. The racism popped out. Azalea got done so dirty. Santeria is cool when it's not a non-black, but Azalea is disturbed. They made fun of Azalea Banks, right? Feel like whenever real and necessary conversation whatever real and necessary conversation that needs to happen happens, they immediately get twisted to suit people's agendas. That's exactly how it goes, unfortunately, Natalia. Somebody just did super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Julio, love you and your work. Thank you for teaching me so much and being unapologetically you. Thank you. Can't be anybody else. Thank you so much. I'm almost to the bottom, too. If it's your culture, you get a say, period. Cardi could slaughter chickens and you know the response. Oh, you know the response. Cardi's so real. That's all they say. Cardi could fucking murder somebody in the middle of Grand Concourse in the Bronx. Cardi's so real. I love how authentic she is. Y'all saw how she just stabbed that bitch? It's because she's real. Now they trying to put her in jail. I bet you the judge was a black American man. You know them black men always trying to come for Cardi and keep her ass down. Ugh, I fucking hate them. Like, we got it, okay? You have a one-track mind. We know. We figured it out. Yes, gatekeeping is necessary for preserving culture, I feel. At the same time, I thought her was a regular black girl, didn't know she was biracial. Yeah, that was him. It was Bug from Gridiron Gang. Y'all know Gridiron Gang is one of my favorite movies. Seen that movie like a million times. Journey has tenure in the game. If you don't want to gatekeep, that's on you, but no one is stopping me from gatekeeping my shit. Journey plays sisters with Megan Good, who is not biracial. Like, y'all better get into Journey. She's a legend. People have also tried gatekeeping African spirituality from black Americans because we have no connection to Africa. It's very odd and coming from a mean-spirited place. Color palette test. That sounds too much like the paper bag test. I feel like that's her point, though, Absurd. Her point is that the colorism conversation has become that. The colorism conversation has become the paper bag test. The colorism conversation has become that light skins are the problem. That black American culture is the problem. That, like, that's the problem. Journey was also in Selma, Lord Selma, and in Ruby's Bucket of Blood with Angela Bassett as her mom. She's a skinny legend. Vanessa Williams, who played the Venerable Mother. Like, y'all not gonna take them away. Bye. I'm almost at the end. Hi, Avant-Garde Ho. Oh, we're almost to the end now. Grand Concourse, I go through there all the time. If another person tries to convince me that Cardi is black, I'm gonna lose it. She needs to be authentically in prison. Used to be all white back in the 60s. Oh, really? I didn't know that on the Grand Concourse. Brings up drugging and robbing men. Nah, you don't get it. She was in the game. That's how it is in the game. Skinny legends. It's the reverse bag test. Being lighter is the crime now. Yeah. Not Vanessa Williams from there's two Vanessa Williams. So not that one. I agree that dark-skinned women, especially young women, need more representation in media, but they derailed that conversation entirely. Right. It went from dark-skinned girls need more representation to we need to kill all the light skins. I'm not sure how we got from point A to point B. But like it went from we need more dark skin representation to Black American culture is the problem. Maybe if the dark skinned girls were in Africa or the Caribbean, they would feel better about themselves. It went from we need more dark skin representation to Black men and especially Black American men are the problem. It went from we need more dark skin representation, we need to figure out a way to remove the racism and colorism from our infrastructure, from our schools and our systems and our societies, to if you're even friends with a light skinned person, you are a colorist. Like we went from 0 to 100 real fast, real fast. Within the last 6 months, it got totally out of control. It went from we need more dark skin representation to fuck those niggers and dusties and mules, get you a white man. Real quick. I don't know how we got from point A to point B, but real quick, that's what happened. And they're saying that while bathing in bleach. Exactly, Ori. Man, let me tell you, watching this shit in real time was crazy. They derailed the conversation. And on that note, it jumped ship and sunk. It became the Titanic. And on that note, I will bid you guys a farewell. Think about what we talked about. This was a nice Friday live. I will see you guys on Sunday. It is the last live stream of the month, so it will be Booze Bake for those of you that want to drink. We do not have a movie picked, but I did see that they put The Net on maybe Hulu or something. Even though there's not a main Black character in The Net, we were just talking about The Net, and we occasionally make exemptions for movies that I think are really good and we should watch. So if any of you guys are interested in watching The Net, think about that one or think about something else. So see you guys on Sunday.